to another episode of Different Makers Moving Forward. And my name is Pat Love. And
I'm Brother Love.
Brother Love is so much in a hurry to read this page to you. And I'm going to be quiet and let him read. We talked about this since when, Love? 1999. And actually, it was another book, but it was the same material, and it's been revised. And he wants to tell you this so bad. We talked about this at least about 10 times on the show in the past. Go ahead on, TV Dan. Go ahead, brother.
Throughout history, people have complained about the weather without any real hope or prospect of changing it. In the 1950s, scientists developed technologies that allowed us to exercise significant control over the weather within our own country, or to impact the weather over an enemy nation. 29 states within the United States have now licensed weather modification programs authorizing companies to utilize this technology to alter the weather within the state to produce rain, for example, to replenish reservoirs when drought hits. One company, Weather Modification Inc. of Fargo, North Dakota, has provided weather modification through cloud seeding since 1954 to the Kings River Conservation District reservoir in the agricultural vital San Logan Valley, San Joaquin Valley of California. Now, the weather modifications companies usually use aircraft or ground cloud seeding generators to release silver iodine particles in the clouds above a dry area when both temperature and moisture conditions are appropriate to produce rain.
All right, stop right there. Okay, listen. Now, this book is a very old book, and like it's in the early 2000s.
It's by Grant Jeffrey.
What's the name of it?
Surveillance Society.
Okay, so now we always gotta get a source, and I'm gonna tell you what year this was made in, and not only the glass. Okay, all right. I probably do 2005. This is printed, and the other one was 1999 by the same person. Now look here. I remember it was a movie. They was making it snow. Do you remember that picture in the 1960s? I believe it was in like Flint, matter of fact. They was making it snow. Right, and they said they were doing these technologies in 1950 or something. Okay, and then I remember I had moved from Chicago to Milwaukee in 1974. And I remember when I used to live in Argyle Gardens, the suburbs, in the main suburbs. It's right before you get to the suburbs, but it's on the south side of Chicago. The people in the gardens, including my mother and them out there, and cousins, they had to go to the high school. And it was a little way, not a long way, but it's far enough to get out the gardens because they said it was acid rain. In 1974, they had to stay overnight at this high school.
Acid rain?
And that's what they said in 1974 in Chicago in the gardens. Now, that was a little community out there. Maybe 3,000 or a little more. housing development. Okay, so now, if it was acid rain then,
What is it now?
got you. Okay, another thing is, all right, now they say it was in North Dakota, right? Did you say Fargo?
Fargo, South Dakota.
No, that's not. Fargo's in North Dakota. So maybe it's not Fargo. Maybe it's, I know it's a piece of North Dakota.
Fargo, North Dakota.
That's right. That's where Fargo is. Okay. They got the weatherization technology that can make
Well, modification.
Modification.
Cloud season.
they see the clouds.
1954.
Okay, so imagine what it is now. Okay, so now they see the cloud, and then if you see under that iodine, silver, what is it?
They usually use aircraft or ground cloud season generators to release silver iodide particles into the clouds above the dry areas.
So it can rain. Okay.
Both temperature and moisture conditions are appropriate to produce rain.
So it's certain conditions that in the atmosphere, that it's
The silver iodide particles cause water vapor in the atmosphere to condense into ice crystals around the tiny particles, triggering rainfall. However, present cloud seeding technology requires sufficient atmosphere to permit silver iodide crystals.
Okay, stop right there, man. Stop right there. Now, they was doing this way back then, and they said
1954.
And they said 26 or either 29 states now. At that time, in 2005, had developed. So I believe every state now. That was back then. All right, 2005. This 2018. So
that was 1954.
No, I'm talking about when they said 29. 29. Okay. Oh Lord. Oh, okay. I keep seeing stuff in the back, flying and stuff. Yeah, it's nothing but bugs or whatever it is. But anyway, yeah, that's the second time I seen that. I kept on talking, saying it again. Okay, so now 26 or 29 states have developed this at the time this was written. So I think all other states have that technology. I know Alaska had it big time. Okay, so now we see they doing the chemtrails in the sky. Okay, all right. And so now the chemtrails that people don't want to talk about, but that's for real,
As we know that, everybody knows that.
But they know it now. And when Prince talked about it in 2015, well, we all know what happened to him.
He did.
Yeah, because he missed them chemtrails on Tavis Smiley show. Okay, and now here we go. We see sometimes in Minnesota at different places where the clouds be so big and so billowy. And we know that is not normal. And we see they've been doing this operation since we was kids. Because I remember when I lived in Chicago in the 1960s, when I was a little girl, they was doing this chemtrails up in the sky. Okay, do you remember it?
You know what? Different countries use weather modification for weapons.
But that's what it's for. It's for weapons. It's called a weapon.
To destroy different areas
Through the hard technology. Now look here. Certain places in the United States. Okay. So you see what happened in Texas? All right, near Houston. You remember that?
Where
Okay.
there's been a lot of weather modifications in the United States.
And they cause the storms, but you know what? Christians say,
Yeah.
oh, well, God's sick of people. They'll say, oh, yeah, well, the Lord's sick of people. Yeah, well, He made it rain and made them hurricanes. Look, dodos. God didn't make it like that. That was these people through the
Technology.
through the assignment of the devil. You think people or God want people to drown and be homeless and lose different things? Okay, let's go here.
It's been thousands of people lost their house.
And so God wants you to do that. Do he have to go to that extreme to get your attention? No. He know how to reprimand you. Okay. But now these people and they get mad when when you try to tell them, no, that ain't for God, that's the devil. And these people got these high-tech technologies, and they've been doing it a long time, and we didn't know about it, but unless you research things like we do. But anyway, and they think it's God. Okay, so now like this past April, when I threatened to move out of here, and a lot of other people did in Minnesota, and go down where it's hot at. I just really can't stand the heat. But anyway, I think if I had the money to do, I probably would have left in April. What is it, the middle, almost the end of April, and we here.
Baby, we are not leaving.
Okay, so now,
Minnesota.
all right, love. So, if I want to move, I will. But anyway, in April, the end of April, do you all remember? We had, what was it, inches of snow? And then I can't remember. It was a lot of, let me tell you this, the snow up here, TV Land, was up to my knees. The snow was up to our knees. I said, oh no. What you think that was? Do you think God did that? No, that was that technology. Okay? And now,
Korean technology.
all right. Well, I don't believe it's them. But anyway, that's another show. Anyway, what about recently? And I think it's going on in Hawaii. Okay,
They're having floods.
the hurricanes
And
and
hurricanes.
stuff. And you can't get from over there. That's why I would never leave this country. Because I'm not going to the Bahamas. I'm not going to Hawaii. Listen, over there in that water, if something happens, you think they're going to take you out of there? They'll tell you, well, you can't get out. We're not there. And it's not one plane or a boat going to bring you back over here. So guess what? The best thing, I just ask somebody that I know to bring me the shirt back. I go and look how they look on YouTube, the different countries, because I'm not leaving, because I'm not going to be straight over there in that water. Okay, so I'm definitely not going on the cruise. A lot of people love the cruises, but I'm not going. No, I can't do it. Not with that
Well,
water.
Patrice, not trying to interrupt you, but they got all these cruise boats that go to Europe and Italy and all these places all the time. And so they're hearing you say that something might happen. I don't think there's good markets and stuff.
I don't care, because let me tell you something. A lot of people don't care what's going on. They want to go. They don't care. They'll go. I got family members that they're going on one in October. You go ahead on. They try to get me to go. Nope, I'm not going. Now let me tell you something. They already told the people when that hurricane was going to hit, and then the volcanoes and all like that.
Mhm.
They already told the people. Yep, I'm sweating. Oh yeah, these lights are so hot. But they ain't told the people that they cannot leave Hawaii. So you over there, you stranded over there. Because they're not going to lose their lives trying to get back over to the mainland, So that's a choice you take. And I really believe it's because of this high technology. Because they never had nothing like this one before in Hawaii, no. Okay, they said it was going to Japan too. Because you know what? Hawaii is 3,000 miles away from California and 3,000 miles away from Japan. So it's right in the middle of the water. You think I'm going to go? Oh, no. But you ought to go. Listen, people don't care what you say about certain things or what you do or what is proven a fact or what. They still going to do what they do. And you know that. So let them go. They hear the news like I hear the news. And like you hear the news, right?
Mhm.
So now, yeah. So even with the chemtrails, and they call it something else too, I can't remember. But anyway, do you know it hits the land, right? Okay, if you're on the street, when they spraying, you're gonna, it's gonna get you too. So now they say don't eat meat, right? Yeah, meat is no good. Meat is blah blah that, blah blah this. Listen to this one. They don't tell you about the veggies that's in the yard or outside in the field, and the chemtrails is hitting them too.
So
Yeah.
you're talking about the poison?
What do you think? You think you're not being poisoned? Yeah, we are too, man. He gonna sugarcoat stuff and beat around the bush. I'm gonna tell you, it's in the water, it's in the food, and the medicines too. It's what you eat. You gotta watch what you eat. But do we eat what we want? Yeah, I do the same. Okay, but now you know I'm going to change. That's up to you. But if he wanted to talk about this weapon, weaponization weapon,
Modification.
but it's still a weapon. Cause what do? It kills you eventually. You might not die right then, but it's like a slow death. That's why so many people got cancer. Okay. Never before.
Where you get your intellect?
I research a lot. I read. All right, my career. I'm a nurse. Furthermore, and I'm a teacher. And what do? We research. Okay. We are taught how to research in universities. Okay.
To take your book?
Yeah, go.
No, I don't have to go.
Oh, I thought he had to be excused for a minute. Okay, so now he wanted to read you this, and
You read it.
yeah, I'm going back to this one. I want to read because I tested on this before, but you know he wanted to do it, so now I'm going to do this, and you can relate to this. You may not be able to relate to what I just talked about. Some of you all do. A lot of us think that God is the one that made it the way it is. So I guess when you get cancer, you're going to say God gave it to you. Okay, which is the devil. Okay. Remember, TV Land, God gives life. All positive things come from God. Okay, not the devil. He brings all negative things. Remember, he here to kill, to steal, and destroy. So by it raining overabundance, a cyclone, typhoon, hurricane, tornado, do you actually think that's from God? Because people loses their lives, they loses their shelters, some of the, all kinds of things happen. Okay. All right, now here we go. The death of personal privacy. An undeclared war on personal privacy and freedom is now being waged throughout the world. Okay, so now this is an old book. Remember, it's a lot of things. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing because time will not permit. But I can tell you this. Now, you know, years ago, it was hard getting a credit card. You had to have a good job and you had a good credit score. Then they let you get the credit card be secured. Okay. Meaning most of the time you gotta put $300 on the card and then you can use it. All right, love?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then the debit cards came. And did they mail a lot of debit cards, love?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, so that's basically secure too. Okay, so you have to put money to use it. So now why do you think they're doing that? Well, I'll tell you why. Because they want to have the death of currency. That's right. They want to, money will be obsolete and you can use the cards. This is for now, until they only tell you the mark of the beast. Okay. So now, and then they were saying that our money had dropped, is not as much as it used to be, in other countries. And so now, we watching that. Come on. All right. So love?
I'm listening.
All right. So now, what do you think about the money leaving?
Well, it's been a conspiracy for a long time. 1939, that's when it started.
1939?
Yeah.
Did you tell him? He couldn't hear you because he's talking too low.
In 1939, that's when the conspiracy began. It was Henry Kissinger and the Bush and the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and all of these people. They got together to put together a new world order. Now, people don't know what this new world order is going to consist of. For one thing, if you don't take the mark of the beast at 666, you can't buy no food. And you can't get medicine, you can't do nothing. However, Father God, He got something planned for them. They all of them got plans, demonic plans, what they're gonna do and stuff. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
And then, what about the chemtrails and the storms?
Well, all of these things is man-made technologies to mess up our country. You know, like how many floods have we had? How many thousands of hearts or houses have been destroyed? How many thousands of trees have been burned out? You know, like this is all conspiracy stuff that was planned years ago.
For what? Depopulation?
Not only depopulation, but to make things bad for the people over here. And trust me, you got different countries who's they part of this conspiracy. They part of everything. They've been trying to destroy us for a long, long time.
Okay, so
And-
now,
But we got Donald Trump in there right now. And believe it or not, you see this hat say, "Make America great again." Well, we can. Now, somebody was trying to tell me the other day, well, the only time this was a great country was in 1929 before the, what was it called? Depression. That's nonsense. Nonsense. Right now, we have an opportunity to make this country great again. And for all of you who be trying to put down Donald Trump, me personally, I believe and I feel that he's doing an excellent job. He's doing some things that we should have had the other presidents doing. Just like, what's his name? Clinton said, "I didn't touch that woman." And they proved he had sex with himself. And then Obama talking about, well, Obamacare. That's nonsense. You don't have money to get insurance. Well, you're going to be fine. And then Bush was in there when they did that stuff in New York.
what stuff?
Bombed the Twin Towers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, like, see, people, we have got to open up our eyes, open up our ears, and open up our minds. You know, like, we're only on this earth for a certain period of time. But while we're here, we can live good and make our families live good, our children, our sisters and brothers. But you've got to believe that you make a difference. And you do make a difference. My wife here, people wouldn't believe how intelligent she is. She got all types of degrees, bachelor's degrees, associate degrees, master's degrees. And she working on a PhD. But I said that to say that if this little bow-legged
Don't
freckle-faced.
say that on TV.
What?
All right, TV land, he went too far. I'm going now. All right, so here we go.
Say what on TV?
Come on, Jerome, still on TV. The credit cards, the debit cards, they're gonna get away from that. Everybody get them now. Now they give it to you free. They give you the telephones. You can use the telephones for free. Only one per house. And they give you a free phone. So why do you think you get a free phone? Okay? Because you have no privacy. Then, not only that, you can look up your bank account online, and you can look up all your payments, what you pay monthly, your car payments, the insurance, everything is online now, so everybody can see. So when you, type in your information, especially your bank account, they can see. Okay, and what kind of illness you have when you go to the hospital. See, because what we do now, instead of rewriting your information in a chart, we have to type in your information. So you out of the web, and say you got a disease you don't want nobody to know. Well, all they have to do is type in your name, and then
They
medical
find out
record.
all your
Yeah,
information.
say you got what is it? The bad diseases, the venereal diseases. Everybody know.
STD.
Yeah, everybody know you got it. Everybody know because it's typed in. It's your medications. It's typed in. So no privacy. Now, some of these are brand new little bitty apartments, and they'll cost you like 15 to sometimes might be 2,200, and they'll add extra money because you got the amenities, you got the swimming pool. Sometimes you got inner and outside swimming pool, and you got the fitness, you got the shot sauna, you got community room, which you always most of the time have to pay for that, and you got all these amenities like you on a summer resort vacation. Okay, so now then you got a little bitty living room. And you think it's great because you live downtown or way off where people are, some far away suburbs. And you got a little bit, I've been to some places, the living room is just big enough for the TV and the couch.
Damn,
There's no way that I would even consider living there. But people don't mind spending a lot of money for a little bitty living room. Okay. So now, anything, they might have something in the dishwasher, you can't see it. Technology. They might have something in your washing machine, you can't see it. That's how the depth of privacy is gone. Okay. In school, your records. You have no privacy. What do you think the new cable, the TV is now digital? Digital voice, phone, everything is digital now. Why do you think they're tearing up the streets and putting the cable lines under there? You're all being monitored. But some people more than others.
Well, Patrice, there's very little that
You can't do nothing about it.
I didn't see. There's very little that the average citizen can do about it. However, by letting them know what's going on, they can be aware. They may not be able to do nothing about
Yeah, but they'll be aware.
it. They can be aware.
The ones that listen, because a lot of people don't care.
Now, I'm gonna tell you something. television audiences, there's a lot of sinister stuff going on. I mean, sinister. You know, like our government, for instance, is involved in everything. And we got so many secret agents, CIA, DEA, ATF, FBI. I mean, everything. Everybody is doing something. And there's nothing that you can do about it. They even got Army, what they call it, JAG, J-A-G, and stuff, and Army, a whole bunch of stuff. I've been out the Army 50 years now. And I remember stuff that was going on back then. And people was not aware of what was going on. As a matter of fact, we've been fighting North Korea for over 50 years. We was fighting them when Eisenhower was in the office. Matter of fact, before he got in office, when he was a 5-star general. So I'm saying this to you. Stuff haven't changed. It just got worse and it got more secretive. We don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. However, as long as we believe in God, believe in Jesus, believe in the Holy Spirit, we're going to be all right. We are going to be all right. So all of you foreign nations and everybody who don't like us, to hell with you. If you think you can throw a stone without getting the stone thrown back at you, you're mistaken.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about this. Your life in a computer database. Government officials, national security agencies, and marketing corporations are constantly seeking personal information about the details of our daily lives, our spending habits, and our assets. Okay, write a database your whole life, and he's right, there's nothing you can do, but you just be aware. Okay, government agencies usually raise the threat of international terrorism, organized crime, the flood of illegal aliens, or those who cheat on welfare or fail to pay child support. To justify these inquiries, computers can now collect, this book, remember, 2005, computers can now collect and permanently record vast amounts of information in sophisticated databases, capable of storing detailed records such as health status, we just talked about that,
And
medical treatments.
They know all of your business.
Yep, medical treatments, employment status, vehicle ownership, driving records, criminal records, and real estate ownership. In addition, all of our credit records, banking and financial transactions, credit rating, educational transcripts, and travel records are included in these databases and are available to the government and to some corporations and research institutions. So that means everybody will know. Say somebody want to research you in a particular institution, all I do is pull up the name. Now let me tell you what, you won't have no more privacy. All you have to do is type your name to Google and see if your name come up. And it will come up. Type your name to Google and your name will come up. Imagine on the internet.
Let me tell you something, people. Now, we at a time in our lives that we may not have too much that we can do. But we have children the younger brothers and sisters, that we've got to steer in the right direction. Because if we don't, they fight a losing battle. And our young people will fight.
Mm-hmm.
And they will fight to the death. They don't care. See, if they can't have independence, they can't have freedom, they can't have first thing on the amendment, the Constitution. Like most of us do not even know that all of our constitutional rights have been eliminated. You don't have the power of speech. You don't have the power of attorney. You don't have the Fifth Amendment. You don't have a lot of things that was promised to us years ago. So what we do, we back slaves again, especially the black people, and even a lot of the Mexicans and Puerto Ricans. We are slaves again. So until we come together and realize that our hands are being tied, they're going to continue to be tied.
Okay, official confirmation of the Global Surveillance System, Echelon. And that's Ben Jaffe's book in 1995, Final Warning, in a chapter about government
So
surveillance.
Grant Jeffrey?
Yeah, the one that wrote this book.
Okay.
Surveillance of our phone calls, faxes, and computers. All right, it's a lot of information. Okay.
And they listen to everything.
Yeah.
Even our television.
Hey, listen now. So here we go. America, Europe, and Israel. That's where the military and intelligence sources. Okay. And that was 2005, probably all over. Okay. I'm sure it is. All right. So now, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to read the whole thing.
That was 13 years ago, 2005.
Uh-huh.
It's 2018.
Uh-huh. In October 1998, from the German intelligence agency known as Verfassungsschutz, also confirmed the existence of the Echelon Global Intelligence System. This German agency warned other German governments, agencies, and businessmen of the need to utilize powerful encryption in their private communications because of the ever-present danger that the British, American, Canadian, Australia, and New Zealand intelligence agencies are listening in on all of their communications.
All our communications.
So everybody is listening to, everything. Echelon monitors all email. So when you send an email, when you send a text, telephone, fax email, fax and text, telecommunications.
Echelon.
Yeah. We talked about this before several times too. But maybe somebody that didn't hear it, didn't see the show, in the Twin Cities, can know, just to reinforce.
You said Echelon or Amazon?
I said Echelon. Okay. All right. So now, this has been going on for a long time. And now my husband said we're still slaves. We agrees and disagrees. I don't agree everything he say. He agree everything I say. But no, I'm not no slave. Okay.
Yes, you are.
All right. That's the way he see black people.
We are
slaves.
All of us are slaves.
Okay.
We don't have no say-so in nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
All right.
So if you don't have no say-so, what does that mean? If they want to take you out there to lynch you, hang you, shoot you, What can you do about it? Because the government ain't going to do nothing about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I won't argue about it on the shelf, but you got the right to do your opinion. You know, if I got the right to
Have their own opinion.
and
Well, I'm going to tell you
number one, I'm not no slave. Number one, I'm gonna tell you this, and I'll be through with it. I believe in Christ. That's number one. That's right. I believe in Jesus Christ, Yahshua, or whichever one that you prefer to call him. So I'm not no slave. Number two, I'm too independent. You know, I'm too assertiveness. I'm gonna make something work for me.
All right now.
And I didn't go to school to be no slave. You know, like you said, the doctor's degree. I got 3 more classes to get my doctor's degree. 3 more classes to do my dissertation. If I thought I wasn't gonna be able to live the type of life I want to live, ain't no way I went to school. Not for that or nursing. I would never did it. So when some black people believe they slaves because they can't talk about what they want to talk about, they have no voice. We have a voice. We talk to you on TV right now. You're listening, okay? You may not agree with everything you say, but I know the majority of you do not consider yourselves a slave. If you consider yourself a slave, as far as my mind is concerned, you are hopeless and in despair. You don't think nothing good is going to happen to you. And matter of fact, I'm much more better. So I don't think so. And then I know I'm not. Okay, now if I was a slave, where he think, just like a lot of other blacks think that they can never escalate, you know, in this world because how the way on the whole black people are treated. And that's what he think. And you know what? That's what I was surprised.
Well, I know for a fact that, you know, like, I was in the Army 50 years ago. Mm-hmm. I've been out, 51 years. And the point that I'm making, they used to talk to us, kick us, cursing us, and we didn't have no say-so.
What year was that, though?
Yes, master. Yes, 69.
Okay, then. The world is much more different than in 1969.
No, it's not. It's the same.
I doubt that they do that today. You think they did them tactics like now?
Yes,
and got away with it?
They still doing the same tactics right now. Right now. And if you think differently,
I don't know, because I'm not.
You better look at yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. Look at your children. Look at what has happened to you over the years. Look at how you living now. Ain't nothing changed. I almost said something this time.
I'm glad you didn't. There's certain things we can say, but I think I'm living great right now.
Yeah, because you got me.
Yeah, but as far as my finances and as far as, you know what, I make sure I keep myself happy. You know, some people will never be happy. Always be sad.
I'm always happy.
I am too. I'm always happy. You know, I'm not gonna let nothing or no one get the best of me to make me feel real sad. No, I'm gonna enjoy my life, you know, and I'm just gonna live a happy life, and that's it. The bottom line, I got to have peace in my life.
Well,
and
then
I got to have.
You got peace in your life.
Okay, you need to get you up. Excuse some TV, they ain't going to the bathroom. All right, you got it?
No.
Yes, you do. Okay, there you go. Yeah, sometimes when we sit long, and then we're on little stage 2, I had to get help most of the time to get up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, my legs be hurt, but sometimes him too. But anyway, but do you understand what I'm saying to TV Land? He looks at things much more different than me. Number one, I don't believe they're doing the same thing in the service that they did in 1968. Because back then, those people was cruel, and it was horrible. Now, they try that now, I don't know what might happen, but no telling what might happen. Okay. So, no, I don't believe they're doing that. Okay. Now, they probably is still doing some little rough stuff, but in 68, y'all remember this picture? And I'm sure Director Stanley Kubrick He got an idea for that might have happened to somebody, and they changed to a story. Most of the stuff you see at the movies is happening, okay? And they're turning around like it's fiction, but really they just changed the names and stuff. That Stanley Kubrick, fabulous director, Full Metal Jacket, during the Vietnam War and stuff in the early 60s. Well, no, it wasn't even the war in the 60s. It was like maybe about 67, 68, up in there. When African Soldier was so bad, it was very bad. And then that guy that he mistreated very bad turned around and killed him, shot him, and then shot his own self. I don't think the people today that's in the service will even tolerate somebody treating them that bad. Hollering, screaming, calling them all kinds of sisters and all like that. They're not going to do that. Okay. Today. Calling them ladies and all like that, and all the other names, bad names that. I don't think they do that today. Now, my husband probably had some bad experiences while he was in service. But like I always say, okay, tell me what year. 68. I don't believe in 2018 they treated him real bad back then. I don't think they're able to get away with it today. Because they'll be going to some kind of court, that's is linked with the service, and those soldiers will go back and tell on these people. Mm-hmm. So check out Full Metal Jacket. But we're gonna go back to the privacy thing. It was in 1983, and it was this company that used to people in Chicago talk to these people in Chicago, and they let them put some type of box close by their TV, and I think Nielsen ratings. I think that's what it was. But anyway, in 1983, I was in nursing school there, and I went over to one of my peers' house. We were gonna study, right? And then I got off and started talking about something else. And she said, "Be careful, Pat. I'm in the Nielsen ratings." I said, "What is that?" She said, "Well, I got a little box hooked up to my TV, and they do an experiment. And they listen to everything you say, so you better watch it." I said, "What? Never heard of it." Okay. Chicago, Illinois. Okay. Then, at the time, now later on, like that was 83, so 88 I moved to Hammond, Indiana. And the lady downstairs on the first floor living apartment building, she had the same thing linked up to her box. And I think they were just doing it for a week. It was a trial run. So even back then, you had to watch what you say. Your privacy was being taken away and all like that, even way back then. Okay. So now, let's move forward. That was in 88, 1989. I was living in Hammond, Indiana. But I remember this time, my husband and I, at that time, went over to Illinois, side over there, not too far from Chicago Heights, the small town Homewood. And we was buying something out this, something like Home Depot, one of them type of stores. And I remember they asked my husband, "What's the phone number? What's his name and phone number? Last name and phone number?" Or they just either asked for the phone number, and he wouldn't give it to him. He told the clerk, that was doing his products, his items, none of your business. Because he was so surprised when he said phone number. See? And so that tracks what you buy. Even the cards out of Cubs tracks what you buy. And they say they give you a little discount. You know, when you at the end, you might have a 10% off, or you know, you might get the sale off. Buy one bread, get another one, two, you know, second one free, and that will be off. You know, in other words, you just pay for the one. Okay. Even at the gas station, interesting. This S&A super value, no super. You know what I'm talking about? It's a super value. Oh, I can't remember the gas station. S&A. You cannot just buy cigarettes or a candy bar or a can of pop. You got to get a discount on gas alone. So now they see what kind of gas station you go. You don't know, you're tracking down your habits. That's what it's about. And I think it's something with the cable. When you look at the cable, I know with the Netflix. Watching you while you looking at the movie. And I showed that piece about 2 years ago, where all the people, the mother, the father, the two kids was in the middle. They sit down eating the movie on the Netflix and eating popcorn. And then the people was watching them eat. And they don't even do it. Matter of fact, I showed that 2 or 3 times. But yeah, you have to really watch it today. You know. But if you are type that have a criminal mind, and even on Facebook like to curse people out, threaten people. It usually be peers, you know. It'll be older people. Usually be these young ones in their early 20s, mid-20s, acting a fool on the Facebook. You're being tracked. And don't let nothing happen to them. Because you might say what you're going to do, and then something happening, it wasn't your control, you just mad, just blowing out steam. And something bad happened to them, then you're going to be responsible because they already heard you say it. But you have to really watch it. That anything you do, you're going to be tracked. And sometimes it could be a negative consequence that may happen to you and you didn't do nothing. But because you had them threats, terrorist threats as they call them, we just heard threats. And now they got another word. So if something go down, you go to jail, no telling when you gonna get out. Because most people don't know it's the private industry that is, they have their own prison systems that they have bought some of them from the state, or either they got property, they built their own prison system. So like before, they can say, okay, you be out in 5 years. But with these people, they really don't have a date for you to get out. No telling you're going to get out. Or somebody go bad with you because you was provoked to fight the person back. They need extra time. Because, see, empty beds mean lack of money. So all these people is just concerned to do is to keep the beds filled. The sad things are changing. So you have to really watch it. And even in church world, they got a lot of these preachers that's not right, especially those televangelists, preachers with those mega churches, that they all go by the faith doctrine, you know, naming and claiming it, and you pay X amount to these pastors, and what will happen is that you'll be blessed double, triple fold, because you get your last hard-earned money to those pastors while they drive in those Mercedes and all these electric cars, and your buddy's taking the bus to church, or driving inexpensive car just to get there. Then you can't go to some place you want to go, and they can take these vacations because you give them all your money and you don't have none. Or your light bill is over and it's getting ready to get cut off. Your water, your gas bill, because you gave your money to the church, and he might tell you give until it hurts, or why they use this famous scripture. Why God and offerings, tithes and offerings. You give Now I'm paraphrasing liberally, until you have womb that you can't see. All that. That's in Luke 2. Okay. So they give that. And number one, he was talking to not the people. That's scripture for the Levites. See, they always had to give money and put it into their storehouse, so when people needed, something, they can go and give it to them. Okay. Whether it's money, whether it's items, whether material things, something that was very important that they needed. Okay. And not only that, I'm going to say this, and this don't have nothing, and I'm going to get off of it, because I don't like to mix up different, subjects. Another thing is, which is very important, they take the scriptures out of context. Sure, they do all the time. And because you don't know the word, and you don't read your Bible, you might go to church, and you close it up when you get home, you can't even tell whoever asked you where was the title, where was the scriptures at, and what was the main points. And none of that you don't know. Oh, he preached a good sermon. What he preached about? I don't know. Where was the text come from? I don't know. Maybe it was the New Testament, but I think it's the Old Testament. Who was he talking to? You don't know none of that. What's the three main points talk about? You don't need none of that. So now you listen to all this garbage about how one day you're going to get rich and don't work, because the only two things you're supposed to do is water baptism and communion. Those are only two things you do. Abraham did liberally because he was blessed when the king told him to take his family and his servants and everybody else and gave him all the cattle and stuff. So Abraham wanted to give the 10%, but now, and God didn't tell him not to. So that's where that scripture comes from. Go back to Genesis, read Abraham, Isaac. Okay, and you can read Jacob too. But those patriarchs did give God because they wanted to, not because they was required to. And so now today they would tell you that you're required to. Okay, so I know the time is getting ready to go real quickly. How long I got?
15 minutes.
All right. So now it's time to wrap up. Now, you can call me Patrice Maria Lou, and my husband, Brother Lou, at 763-703-0546. 763-703-0546. And if you want to be a guest on the show, you have questions, comments, you want to take the unlawful detainer classes that we get ready to do, and get your certificate at the end so you get your apartment. If you got UD or you got to move, you need that certificate. And we work with the landlords, and you can get you a second chance place. 763-703-0546. Pack love. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. And have a blessed week. Remember, you could be the difference maker. Just move forward. Power to the people. Peace. Hotel.